Hello, and welcome to Nerd Stuff with Shizuka. Today's topic, Godzilla. In honor of the new Godzilla um, Kong movie, I'm not sure if it's versus or if it's with. Um, but anyway, not much of a movie savant. I am, however, a Godzilla savant. So, we'll start with the first film in Legendary Pictures, Godzilla 2014. Um, very hyped up movie. Loved a lot of the trailers. They were very dramatic. The plot sort of centers around these three individuals. I cannot remember character names or actors' names. I know that's one guy from Breaking Bad, I think. There is one notable actor in the film. Ken Watabe plays Dr. Shiwazawa. Uh, really the only striking character that sticks with you or that has a place in another film. Um, the movie focuses on two new kaiju called Mutos. And one of the Mutos steps on the army guy's father. And that's sort of where we get that tension. The army guy at that point wants to go home, but there's a Muto at home because it's in the script. Godzilla, for all of his boasting and being a big lizard boy, doesn't have much screen time, so we're going to give the best boy reward to Ken Watabe for Dr. Shibuzawa, and we'll put Godzilla on screen for about as long as he is in the movie. Alright, and moving on. So the second film, Godzilla King of Monsters, this one came out in 2019. Godzilla is known as the King of Monsters outside of America, so I don't know why, unless this is a callback to like the original movie. But the original movie didn't have any other monster. You know what? Just don't worry about it. It's an American thing. So, like the name implies, there are other monsters in this movie. Ghidorah, Mothra, Rodan, not pictured. And the movie sort of moves out of a human space and includes more monsters and some more like cinematic showings of those monsters. We have our token good guys. We have our bad guys. We even have an angsty kid. And we have Best Boy from the last movie, Ken Watabe, reprising his role as Dr. Shiwazawa. Unfortunately, Godzilla's not really up to snuff. Ghidorah in this movie is like an apex predator from space, which sounds scary, and to his credit and to Legendary's credit, he is terrifying in this movie. Of all the Godzilla movies, this is probably my favorite Ghidorah. So Godzilla has to go home, which happens to be Atlantis. Unsure. And Dr. Shibuzawa is kind enough to fall on a grenade and give him a power up of atomic energy. And in so, Dr. Shibuzawa dies, which, I mean, makes this guy the best boy. But in typical villain fashion, he gets stomped on by a monster. So, yeah. Godzilla gets a power up. He turns orange for a couple of scenes, and eventually Atom blasts Ghidorah into nothingness, making Godzilla the King of Monsters. And just like any heavyweight or super champion title in America, every now and then you have to defend it. So a couple of years later, 2021, they decided to release Godzilla vs. Kong. Not gonna hold any punches here. I think this is the weakest film of the three. just because it suffers from a lack of clarity, what's actually going on. And like Godzilla was just named the king of monsters, but you put another monster in here for him to fight. It seems odd. Like, we know through the Kong movies where Kong was during the events of King of Monsters, and they were protecting him. But if you have to be protected from the King of Monsters, how can you then fight? Anyway, but the movie is called Godzilla vs. Kong, and they do fight a lot. They fight on a ship, they fight in cave paintings, and they fought on 21 Jump Street. The movie mainly focuses around the angsty girl from the previous movie, her awkward love interest, this small girl who doesn't speak but can speak to Kong. I'm saddened to say that Shizuka's son turned to the dark side. Yes, he listens to My Chemical Romance. But aside that, he also built a giant wish Decepticon. Yeah. Now, that's sort of where that movie leads off. There's this uncomfortable thing between Godzilla and Kong, who is the king of monsters, like, and the movie sort of trails it off to Godzilla will be king of the upper world and Kong will be king of Hollow Earth. And that's sort of where the new movie picks up, except Godzilla's been sponsored by Maybelline. It's not the first time Godzilla's been pink, but it is the first time he's been this pink. Kong got an upgrade. He saw Infinity Wars and wanted a big gauntlet of his own. And there's new villain, Skull King or Scar King or something. We'll figure it out. But yeah, this is where the sort of teasers have left us off. Who will be the king of monsters? Will it be Godzilla? Will it be King Kong? Will it be the Skull King? There's so many kings. But heavy is the crown. Thank you guys for joining me, and if you would like more nerd content, or specifically Godzilla content, I would love to do like a video about a couple of the movies, from the Shota and the Reiwa era. The Millennial era is very good too. I think that would be a good way to break it down. But if you guys liked, be sure to give me a thumb up, and we'll see you guys in the next one.